The next session is about how to make events a big business, and the question behind, is it a mission for destination marketing organizations? And I'm very delighted to welcome Denitsa Arabatsieva here from the Singapore Tourism Board. She is Area Director, Central, Southern and Eastern Europe, so all Europe, for the Singapore Tourism Board, and she is in the MICE business in 2006. Welcome her on stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you.
Jan Christensen, Project Manager MICE at HA Hessen Agentur GmbH. His service motto is "Give but never give up." Thank you. And last but not least, Andreas Grunski, Managing Director of BFT Group. He is an, I could say, innovative entrepreneur, and he's always looking for new meeting ideas, so it's good to discuss with these two people about the future of the business and how to make it big.
Yes. Thank you.
So in our small discussion, we will try to figure out what kind of role the destination organizations play in this business acquisition process, and if they have a role, and how they can create better and more worthy leads as well. And of course, what are the expectations from the buyer side towards destination organizations? The first question I'd like to ask before we enter into presentations you prepared, with the growing uncertainties, is there any effect you perceive already or you will see on your businesses in the maybe next 6 months? Or would you say this has no effect on what's going on currently, more on the political side in the world? I don't know if you like to start, Jan? Or
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay.
Sure. Yeah, hello.
Danny.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here, Frank. Nice to meet everyone. Well, I know that we probably went through the toughest times during COVID, and we saw that we survived. We came back stronger than ever. So I think that when it comes to MICE, because MICE creates communities and gives opportunities for conversations, for good impact to happen, it's quite difficult to beat. I think we're all being kept awake at night with the economic uncertainties. In Germany, we had our elections last week. There's a lot of developments in the US and economically, globally, but we know that MICE has always survived the uncertainties, and what we can do for our clients and how we can respond to the needs is just to watch the trends. If budget is an issue, how we can complement these discussions, being far from where the epicenter of the conversation happens. How can we help through solutions, support beyond the infrastructure and the usual destination support. So I am very optimistic. I've been in the industry for 20 over years. I have seen really bad times, and we always came back stronger than ever. And our data shows it, so I have a confidence that we'll pull through.
Okay, Jan, what's your perspective?
In my opinion, it's of course we have very strange times these days, but we have also a lot of chances, and we need to go positive into the next days, into the next weeks and months, and we need to take these chances and to solve our problems, to get over of this very strange time, and then we will get out of this mess, and we will go on. So,
never give up.
Yep.
Andreas.
Yeah, never give up. I think ask me again the question in about 2 months, for example, when the German government is new, and then from my side, I'm very optimistic. And I guess we can solve the problems, and we can do good business next month. So on my mind, I think we can solve the problems.
Okay, that's good to hear. Jan, the Hessen MICE is a very young organization, and as I learned, you just started in 2024, so it's just a couple of months you were in charge. And so can you tell us something about the strategy of Hessen and what you're doing and what the achievements already had been? What is your path as a very young destination, so to say, in the MICE industry? And I hand over this clicker to you as a symbol that the presentation will be shown over there.
Right, thank you.
Very good.
Yeah, the Hessen MaisNet is, as you said, a quite young organization, and the project manager since 8 months now. And our aim is to bring Hessen in a good position on the German mice market. Let's talk about some figures. Here we have some figures from 2021, when, of course, you all know the pandemic time. And in those days, we had an estimated revenue of only 1.1 billion euros, and we increase, of course, of the pandemic effect in 2023 up to 6.54 billion euros. And in 2024, we have an increase of that of approximately 17%. And this shows us how great the opportunities are in Hesse for the mice business. And what are the key factors that make a location in Hesse competitive today? We are in a very central position in Germany, as you know. We have Frankfurt as one of the lead cities in Germany, of course, with the airport, with a big main station. But we have very, very short ways to bring our guests from the big cities to the nature, to the countryside. And this is, I think, the most, or the best factor to bring the mice business to Hessen. And we, as an DMO, we want to support our service companies in the mice industry. We want to combine our brand, the Hessen Tourism brand, with them to create a new strong brand together. We work mostly with the direct service providers in Hessen today. We organize the on and offline events for them. We include them into our online marketing, and we bring the regional DMOs and the city marketing organizations together to support the direct service providers. This is our aim, to bring all stakeholders on one table, bring all of their money on one table to support our direct service providers. We are, of course, role model, initiator, enabler, coach, of course. My job is also to enable my partners, my Hessen MaisNet partners, in the role of being a communicator. It doesn't matter if they are able to talk on LinkedIn, or it doesn't matter if they're a good presenter on fairs or something like else. They need to be a good communicator in any way. And this is my job, to bring them into that role. And of course, we are coordinator manager for all of these events to bring them under the spotlight. Yeah, this is my very short presentation for today.
Very good. You give it to me, the scepter.
Yeah, it's yours.
Thank you so much. Andreas, so you as an organizer, do you have a wish list towards destinations, what you need, and do you get it? That's the time now to address Jan or Danny to say, listen, it's all nice what you're doing, but actually, as a practical person, I need...
Yeah, let me answer you with a question first. I'm sorry, I haven't heard about the Hessen Mice network, but where's the difference between the convention bureau? Because we often talk first with the convention bureau, but the mice, the Hessen Mice, it's all the region Hessen, not only Frankfurt.
Yes, it's the complete state Hessen.
Yeah.
And we combined, for example, the Convention Bureau of Frankfurt is a partner of the Hessen MAISnet.
Okay.
The Kassel Convention Bureau is partner of the Hessen MAISnet.
Yeah.
And we organize the events and the online marketing partly also for them.
Yeah.
But of course, they have their own structures. They support direct service providers from their city.
Yeah.
And we help them to do that. When we put all together on one table, we are able to get better effects. For example, on fairs.
That is one point, because on my side, when we are looking for a destination, we could it ourselves. We can check, okay, for example, Frankfurt, Hamburg, or Europe. We can go to the city directly, but we can also talk to you first.
Yes.
And because you know the local area. For us in Germany, it's easy. But for example, when we go to Singapore or anywhere else, it would be better to talk to a company who knows the area and knows all the hotels, and they do have the contacts, and that makes it really easier for us. And for us, it's important. What I wish is a good partner, a professional partner, because, for example, a claim of a big brand said people make the difference. And that's what I say. So when I have a good partner on the other side, it's for us easier, and they often get the job because we can talk and we can arrange everything, and that is for us important. To get a good the good support and the professional support is really important for us. Also, the facts for the capacity of the hotels, the destination, the airport. So you do have a big airport in Frankfurt, good destination hub. These are all good points for us.
Is it something I have seen on your website that you personally stand for the destination? So it's
Yeah,
is it like that?
my
Andreas
job is
calls you, and then you take care of Andreas' needs?
Yeah, but for example,
Directly?
Andreas doesn't know completely, and I'm in the first row. So he comes to me and asks me, "All right, Jan, I want to do some nice event in Hessen. I've got so and so many people. I have these needs. What can you offer me?" And then I can take a look into our catalog. I can talk to our partners, and then I can tell Andreas, all right, please contact Frankfurt. Please contact, I don't know, Kassel or Darmstadt or something else. They have, I think, the right location for you. But in this, at this point, I gave it into the hands of my destination partners, because they are much deeper in contact with the direct service providers.
I see.
And one question to him. Okay. And you put all the... Sorry, what?
I'm not sure, but do it.
But do you put all the hotel partners on one table and...
This is my aim. This is my aim. We did not this right now.
Yeah.
But this will be one of the next steps. So today we have 9 partners, mostly congress centers and convention bureaus. But I want also to bring the big private hotels, the big with big MICE areas on one table.
And is it possible to get only one contract for all hotels? I think you make these sales things afterwards, right?
No.
A good question. Yeah. Anyhow, I'd like to hop over a little bit in a destination that is more on the international scale. Since a long time, Singapore is a MICE destination. It's known over the world, with very established support for organizers like tax reductions or breaks, funding supports, and other programs like Inspire program, which I learned, but that's not what we like to speak about. There's something which I found very interesting, and I would use the word, it's more holistic maybe. It's the Event Legacy Toolkit as a tool to attract people and to make events longer lasting and more effective. So I hand over this symbol again to you so that you can tell us a little bit about this program and how it helps you to market your destination. Danny.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I really appreciate the opportunity. And I'm very proud to represent a city that has more than 50 years history in attracting business travelers and MICE events. We have changed how we do things. I like the support part of the conversation, and we have evolved so much from being the link to the hotels and the convention centers or the destination management companies and teams that can make an event successful, to also providing financial support or introducing companies as part of our network, like Changi Airport, Singapore Airlines, ground transport providers, or the public transport as partners. So we went through a lot of rounds of schemes in the past, and what keeps people in the MICE industry, I guess, is the conversation that we have with our clients of how things are evolving, how is your business model evolving. It's so difficult to, and the flexibility that the Singapore Tourism Bourse has is we adjust. We restructure ourselves from being a segment-based to topic-based, and we have evolved so much, and every time it's a different discussion. So, and I see a few people in the audience that have helped Singapore with a sustainable journey, and it hasn't been an easy path. We started in 2012. We've gone a long way. Our job as government bodies to also embark our partners, our hotels, our infrastructure on that journey. So this is really all the things that we have done in the past, and through the last roadmap we had on sustainability, it was, we then discovered actually everyone wants to do it. No one knows how to do it. There are so many certifications. There's so many ways to measure how sustainable you are as an organization, as a venue. So what we did is we worked with our association of the Singapore suppliers for MICE to just really, put everything we know about sustainability, identify what we want to do, talk to our clients to see how the city can support, and then we carried on the journey. So the last we did, it was last year actually, we created a legacy toolkit. And once again, it was a conversation that started with our clients, because they no longer even wanted to look at the floor plans we have, or our connectivity and the weekly flights we have, and how we're building Terminal 5, before we tell them what we do in the city in terms of legacy and impact. And I'm very happy that now we have that, because our clients that sometimes we engage our clients in a 10-year discussion before they even come to the city. So it's really, and they don't want to go without leaving a legacy. And once again, we didn't know how to approach this. What we did is created the legacy toolkit very quickly. We'll just share what it is about. So we then realized, there's actually a lot of ways to create impact. It could be, it could impact the industry that the MICE event is happening in. It could be a social impact, which is my personal favorite. It could be impact on the environment, and obviously economic impact. So economic impact is still important to the city that I represent, and to the clients to come to our city. And then it's actually not so complicated. Once you put things in a toolkit to guide you through the steps, it's very easy. Number one, does legacy matter to you? Is it important? You don't have to do it if it is not. Then if you want to do good and your community ask you to leave an impact on the city, then what does it look like? If you are in the medical space, it doesn't have to be a medical impact. It could be a social impact. It could be connecting with the younger students in town that don't have access to that knowledge sharing. So, and then we talk about, after we decide what we want to do, it's really about how. I included a QR code. I know that the slides are uploaded on the ITB website for those that are interested to see the toolkit and the case studies. It's quite interesting. But basically, the steps are brainstorming. Then, do we want to take on the journey of legacy or not? We then start creating ideas based on the manpower that we have, the budget that we have, the companies that we know in the city, and this is where the Singapore Tourism Board comes to play, because we even have like a menu list of problems we have in town, or companies on the social enterprise front that are ready to offer solutions, and both in Singapore and the region. And then we go into action. Obviously, that's a very important part. If we only have ideas, not having the people or the budgets or the network, then there's really no point, and maybe we can put that plan on a hold for the next time. I love the part of measuring the impact, and we don't have that ready yet. We have our economic calculators. We know how much money our MICE visitors spend to town. The money part of the discussion is much easier. The legacy is very interesting in the social impact, so we are in a process of doing that. But we know it's really very important. So we have a few success stories, and before I play a very quick 1-minute video, I know I have been given 5 minutes.
I hate videos, but do so.
Yeah, I just wanted to share probably just an example from last year, which is not even, it hasn't even made it to the toolkit yet. We held Rotary International Convention last year in Singapore. You have heard about that network. They exist to create good. So when they first decided to come to Singapore, they wanted, and they had a brainstorming session. We sat down, we looked at the issues we have in the region in Southeast Asia. We decided to focus on water because Singapore has a great water story. 5 years on the road, actually last year, I didn't even, because I moved to Frankfurt, so I didn't stay in touch with the clan, and I saw a gorgeous video. It's not that, but I would love to share the story with you. So the project that they had in Singapore is about mangroves, and I lived in Singapore for 17 years. I'm very passionate, and I very much suffer when I see the climate change affecting the city. Then Rotary decided to partner Singapore Institute of Technology because they wanted to embark on a mangrove project. Singapore had 14% of the island with mangroves, and currently we only have 0.5, so it's really huge, and you know the impact on the environment of mangroves. So what Rotary did is, with the Singapore Institute of Technology, and this happened during the convention, and we had more people taking part in the project than in the conference hall, which is fantastic. Now we have a project to create awareness about mangroves. We also we are using Rotary's funds to do research to see how we can replant or recreate the mangrove environment in Singapore had. So it's really about awareness, storytelling, being more in the nature, understanding the impact of this, and I think everyone is just so proud to be of that project. And frankly, we don't talk about how many people attended the conference. We talk about that project that's now, we see the building, we see the steps, and we measure clearly. So I thought it was fantastic to see that evolvement of a project that I worked on to secure for Singapore, looking at the economic outcome, and now we're talking about a social impact. So it was very exciting. So 1 minute for the video, and I'll pass back to Frank.
We face the greatest challenges of our time. Challenges that test our limits. But they won't define who we are. What defines us is how we find answers. There is a place where we can uncover new perspectives, where connections unlock opportunities, where journeys break new ground. This is where innovation sparks real change. Where moments inspire possibilities. And our actions push our world forward. together to create lasting impact.
So the interesting part is it was actually, thanks a lot,
Yes.
appreciate it. We didn't even have a script for the video. We just looked at what conferences are happening in town and we went to shoot. So it's really what reality in Singapore is, and I'm very proud.
It's always
you,
nice
Frank.
to see as a Berliner the future of cities. Hopefully we will come there as well in the future. But, Denny, all these efforts in regard to this legacy toolkit and all these ideas you offer to your client, does this really spark more business, or does it change the business that it's more valuable for the city?
Yeah, well, it definitely it offers an opportunity to engage the clients. Once again, the toolkit is there for companies who are willing to take on that discussion, and just to guide them and to lay some of the success stories and the steps. So definitely it has helped us to engage our clients. Yeah, because once again, we know the companies in town that are willing to do good. They need partners, so we are just really a matching company. We are a government agency, so we remain neutral to our clients, and we always we want our clients who come to the city to succeed. So it's really about defining success. Why are they looking to come into a city? And then we might not talk about a toolkit. We might talk about companies that we have, startups that we have in Singapore in that field that might add on to the ecosystem. So it's, I would say, just one of the tools that we use to engage our clients in the conversation. But it has helped tremendously, and it has elevated our MICE industry in Singapore, because we are all there to do good.
Very good. Jan, would it be something you would implement in the future? Because now you're at the beginning, you're, as I learned a little bit at the basic, to join forces in the area of Hessen, but then to have some kind of common objective, as Hessen is a very green destination, would be...
Of course, we already implemented our rules of our rules in terms to save the environment, and we're looking forward to make that bigger. We want to combine the great spot of Hessen in Germany with our nature, and this is only possible if we respect the nature.
That's true, that's true. Andreas, is it too much theoretical thinking for you as a person with practical perspective? Is it something where you would say, yes, I download it and follow that ideas?
Well, first, I'm really impressed. I think that is a really good way. But I'm not really sure if our clients think the same, because, for example, this is a theme for the CEO or for the management board of a big company. And when the company comes to us and said, okay, Mr. Grunsky, we would like to organize our sales and marketing meeting in Singapore, go for it and look for a nice venue and so on. And they wouldn't talk about that, because this is a part for the management before, for the vision of the company. I think, it would be a part before. So you have to talk to the CEO of the company, and I think the event organizers, they would say the same. It's interesting, it's important, of course, but it's not the game changer for a destination. Okay, let's go to Singapore because we do a workshop, and then, yeah.
Okay.
But you told me that I have to short answer, so because
in respect of time, yes.
Okay.
So I think we've come to an end. Is there any comment from the audience side? You're all satisfied.
They're
so
also
far.
impressed
That's
too.
Good. So that to summarize, yes, of course, destination organizations are the drivers, I would say, to create business. As Jan said, sooner or later it's handed over to the participants. Then he showed very impressively how far you can go in creating an atmosphere and creating an environment which really differs in the world in this scale. And it was very nice to see. So even the video was nice, even though I hate videos, but this was nice. So once again, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy the rest of ITB, and thank you for your insights. And
Thank you.
a warm applause.